Hello, welcome to LMC and Knowledge, Lyrics Music Channel of spiritual insight and wisdom that I will share to you so you could take along your spiritual journey. I hope you're having a good day, good night, wherever you're at, and whenever you see this, make sure that you're prayed up and in that light of Jesus, okay? Okay. So something is telling me to speak about what I do before I get on here, like right before I press record, because something in my head was just showing me like how um there are women who do tarot, right? And they pray in the video, right? They're praying or they clear out the energy in the video as they're doing it. Me, I prefer to pray, speak to my guides, speak to my God, and protect myself before I even press play, um and I think that has a strong message for you guys to make sure that, like, when you click on these videos, when you click on my video, right, before you click on it, make sure that you have prayed, make sure that you are being protected, you are being guided to this message, right? um and, like, like when you just see me post, and then we're so quick to click play, right, that we don't pray before divine messages, because these are messages to the spirit. This isn't just regular conversation. This isn't just regular information. So you want to make sure that you are being guided. And after you pray, um, if you still feel positive, and you're like, yes, this is the message I need to hear right now. And I'm Even if you don't feel positive with this message or a message that I post in the future, it's not that my message is demonic or of the devil or any of that. It's just, it's not for you. You understand? Like, this is another thing that certain people get confused with tarot readings, right? They watch so many tarot readings that they think everything is directly spoken to them, when in fact you haven't even, like, contacted them or me for personal readings or personal information, right? Me, I don't offer readings for paying. It's just if God calls me to you, or if you ask for a reading, I'll give you my information to speak to you, but it's not for money, right? I don't like to do informational videos for money, because I just feel like I'm very selective and picky with who I read anyways, and who I allow in my energy. But if you're chosen, to get a reading from me, it's gonna be for free. I don't like to hold you back from your knowledge. Like, I don't like to say, oh, you have to pay this certain amount of money in order to get this sacred information. Like, I don't think that's right, because it's like you're stopping people from making life impacting decisions, right? Or you're blocking them from information that will allow them to make a life impacting decision to really change your reality, right? But yeah, about realities, and with this card is astrology and destiny. So that's the card that we are dealing with today. I might have deeper information on what I found from this card, but the basic information that I'm feeling from this card is the fact of you knowing where you're placed, where you're aligned in this planetary alignment. Where does your energy stand? How are you affected by these planetary alignments, which means all the planets, moons, galaxies in the solar system, right? We are all placed in a certain frequency. Where our energies and souls are placed at a certain degree in astrology, so it'll really help give you information on where you need to be or what you are learning at this current time. So I'm not sure if you guys are sure, you guys know about your birth chart or your natal chart. That's something that you should be looking up. It's really important to know the time too, because the time plays a big role into them being very accurate with your astrology, right? Even if you don't know the time, it's okay. You can still get information, but they're just not going to be able to give you the deepest because you don't know your time, right? Well, I was going to say with your destiny. So right now, God is telling you that you are able to jump timelines. Okay, there are certain fated events that are going to happen regardless of what timeline you set yourself in, but you will be able to put yourself in a higher version of thyself and experience a new way of living, right, through jumping timelines. Um, And with the astrology, this is a collective reading, so it's for any and all sign, right? The first thing I would ask you guys to do is, before you try to do any of this information that I'm about to tell you, you look up your birth chart, your natal chart, get some background information on yourself and where you're placed at. So then you take that information into when you're with you when you are jumping these timelines. All right, jumping timelines is really giving you a new reality, right? You're in a whole new world of living. Jumping timelines is going to a different version of yourself. So right now you're in this timeline, right? You have this, you're going through this cycle, this course, you may be in a karmic reality right now, where you are getting out of it, but you realize that you were in a karmic reality, which when you just go through debt, or you go through arguments, or your family, your upbringing wasn't the best, right? That's a karmic reality. That's not like something positive. Obviously you wouldn't deem that as positive, but what I am saying is that today you have the access to jump timelines. Okay, jumping timelines refers to shifting of realities and awareness from one series of possibilities to another. So in the multi-dimensional field, we are multi-dimensional beings. That means you exist currently. You are existing on different planes of life. Only your body, your body is only accessing one version, one timeline at a time. Okay, you can't experience two versions. You have to jump to the next version of yourself, right? So I want to put it in this terms, like how you're a kid, right? And then you grow up, and so you're a kid and you're experiencing the newborn timeline, right? And then you go through phases as you grow. So as you see, like the baby first, they have to be fed, right? And then the baby can feed itself, right? Like putting the food in their mouth. That's another timeline you're in. You're not in the newborn stage anymore, right? You jump timelines. It was easier for us to jump these timelines as a baby, because once you hit a certain point of, I'm hearing the years of 7 years old and up, you begin to be influenced by the world, like impacted mentally, physically, and spiritually by the world, and it shifts you left and right. It blocks your mind, gives you certain beliefs. It just, you know how we get bullied as we grow up. Things happen to us that we can't control, but since we feel like we can't control it, we are not in our destiny. We aren't in the timeline that we truly desire at that time. So like how there's people in third world countries, like imagine them being like, they're not living the way we're living, right? You obviously know that they're being dictated, they're being like controlled. They walk outside and they see guns and army and tanks and all that type of stuff. But us, we walk outside, we see grass, we see our neighbors, we see like everything's just a different world, right? So there's people who come from different timelines, like, and that's them moving to America, right? Even the people who are in Mexico and they're trying to cross the border, they're really trying to jump timelines. That's what it is. And it's so hard because, you know, they won't let you cross the border, they'll catch you and all that type of stuff, because the devil's trying to stop you from receiving a new life, a new version of reality for yourself, right? People are all trying to gain this new version of reality for ourselves, but they don't know how, right? Or it's so hard for them to do it, right? But I'm hearing with God, you are able to jump timelines, okay? So if you are on one timeline and you do not like how things are unfolding, then you can move to another timeline where your dreams are more attainable in a more natural flowing way. Timeline jumping is also a creation modality, kind of like creation model that uses visualization, breath, and awareness to embody the next available version of thyself. The subtle but powerful shifts made during this process are life-changing. Timeline jumping allows you to access your own power through the embodiment, okay, of yourself and your power. So I'm going to give you guys the list of steps to jump timelines, okay? You can write this down or you can replay this video, play it back if you need to. But number 1, locate and understand your current timeline. which is your state of being. You have to accept your full reality. You can't be denying things. You can't be in denial of any aspect of your life at this moment. You have to look at it face value for what it is. Stop sugarcoating it. To fully, because before you can jump one timeline, you have to be fully aware of your timeline and existence of this life. So that's why I was saying look through your astrology, get to know yourself and your planetary alignments. It's very important for you to know that, because that's how you can navigate. Like your birth chart, your natal chart is like a blueprint or a navigation thing. Your soul has it internally, but you need to see it physically too. Number 2, dissolve that timeline with non-judgment. So you want to dissolve, evaporate the timeline that you are currently in without judgment. Don't say, I want to jump timelines because I hate this part of myself. Or hate shouldn't be in it. It's all about positivity, okay? It can't be about dislike. It has to be about just erasing it, like acting as if it doesn't exist. So it's like, what I'm saying is like somebody seeing something, right? Like something's in your face, but you're not engaging or interacting with your old timeline, right? Yes. So dissolve that timeline without non-judgment. Then number 3, begin solidifying your new timeline by inviting your desired self into the void. So literally bring that version of yourself to this reality, okay? So it's the mindset that you need. So, okay, for instance, I'm going to put myself out on the platter and show you guys what I am doing to jump timelines from my reality, right? So before, I wanted to be I am a singer, I am a rapper, I am an artist, right? I am a healer, a spiritual teacher, right? So the things that I know that I am, I'm going to step into those roles currently, right? So if you want, for instance, oh no, I'm gonna just put myself back into it so you can, sorry, my mind was just going to one place to another. Time to get back in the present moment. Definitely. I told myself, I'm gonna be famous this year. I know I am. I know I'm going to have to move differently, right? I can't move the same way that I'm moving now. God has had me in this hermit mode for so many years so I can learn myself, create my reality, create my mind, create the way I want to live in this life. I had to be in hermit mode. I had to be in solitude by myself alone. There were steps that I had to take to become the person that I am today. Literally, now you have to walk it and talk it and be it, right? So famous people, they obviously have to go, they travel from state to state, they go from interview to interview, they go from red carpet to awards. It's so many, a new way that the normal people are not living, right? They're only watching it, right? That's their reality. Their reality gives them the ability to watch people. But then I step into the reality of being watched, right? Because this is the life that I know is meant for me. So I got my purse, and I think I said this in one of my videos, I'm not sure, but I got my purse and I put the things, like if I was on the go right now, because my whole life is going to change. I can't just be at home 11 hours of the day. Like, it's just not going to be like that. I'll be able to get some sleep, but I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be going to vacation. I'm going to be doing things in my new life, right? So in order to do that, I have to embody that person, that version of myself. How do I want to be seen? What is my hygiene going to be looking like? And that's my main important thing that I not even worry about, but it's at the front of my head, because it's like me, okay, I eat my food, right? So I eat some garlic knots, okay? And I'm specifically talking about garlic because, garlic makes your breath stink. It makes your breath's just not the best, okay? So I'm like, what would I do if I had a schedule? Let's just plan out one day for me right now. Okay, I'm going to be going to 2 interviews in 2 different states. I'm going to have to fly to go to each of them. I'm going to need to make sure I take my vitamins. I'm going to need to make sure that I got my breath gels, because I have these breath gels that you swallow, 2 of them, and you swallow it before 45 minutes before you eat, and it's like your breath literally don't stink. Like, I put it on God, it does not stink at all, right? And I'm really big on hygiene, so I'm like, I have to be up to par to make sure that I'm not feeling weird or feeling out of line. Like, I don't want to be sitting here at an interview, right, having to talk to somebody and knowing that my breath stinks really bad and the camera's on me. People are watching me, and it's like, while I'm supposed to be living in the moment at that time, I'm sitting here thinking about, can they smell my breath? Like, it's just little things like that that picks with me, right? So I just want to be on point. Obviously, we're humans, we will make mistakes here and there, but prepare is what I'm hearing. Prepare for that life. Walk into that life that you desire. But like I said, I got extra pair of pants, panties, pads. I got feminine wipe, feminine wash, toothbrush, travel toothbrush, travel toothpaste. I create my own deodorant. I stopped wearing the program deodorant because it's really not good for the body at all. But yeah, and that's one thing I wanted to make sure I had, was my deodorant, because if I'm not wearing the program deodorant, I need to be wearing something that deodorizes my underarms. I don't want to be like, oh, okay, I'm just not wearing deodorant, so now I'm going to just be musty everywhere. No, that's not me at all. I just don't like it. But, like, I know how people be talking about, like, Indians or something like that for them not wearing deodorant, but they don't know the deeper meaning. But they make fun of people for smelling that way, right? But you would smell the same way they smell because you eat the same food that they eat. It's the dead food that we eat that causes us to perspire, and it smells, right? If you eat more green foods, dark leafy greens, you will not smell. I'm being honest. So yeah, I just had to learn a lot of things about myself and how I wanted to present myself, and hygiene was the main thing for me. Like, I know I can sing. I know I'm not scared of that. I'm just wanting to be on point, physically, energetically. I want to be on point. So make sure that I'm drinking my water. I'm not dehydrated. Because dehydration for me leads to like fatigue, and it just literally just makes me shut down if I'm not hydrated. So it's just like I said with my purse. Oh, and also dressing. So it's like, obviously cameras are going to be on me, right? They're going to be taking pictures of me, this angle, that angle. I can't care about the angles, but like, how am I presenting myself? How am I walking out the door? Because as a normal person, I would wake up, leave in my pajamas. I leave and walk like this, talk like, and it's just like, you got to move different when you're in a higher position. So, yeah, that's just one little piece of what I'm doing to create my reality, and it's really helping me. And also dressing the role. So whatever way you're trying to be presented or how you're trying to live your life, there's a role and there's a way you need to be dressing. But yeah, so that was number 3. Begin to solidify your new timeline by inviting your desired self into the void. So I'm hearing somebody who wants to be a mother or something, like doing those. What would you cook if you were a mother? What would you cook if you were a wife? If your desired life is to be married, how are you going to present yourself? What are you going to wear? What dates will you guys go on? What the dates that you want to go on, take yourself on before you even meet that husband or that wife. So you literally are creating it to happen. So when it happens, you're like, wow, I really did this. Like, this is happening because I am taking action in my life to change it, right? Another thing, number 4, keep inviting the new you until that timeline becomes more dense and solid. So while you begin to invite that person in your life who you want to be, keep inviting them. Don't just say today you're going to invite them, and then a week later now you're, oh yeah, I got to invite that person. And then you're frustrated because you're trying to create your reality. You're trying to jump timelines, but you're not committed to jumping that timeline, right? So yeah. And yes, that's what I'm getting for that. And with ways to literally jump timelines is, I'll give you guys a list of it. I have wrote down this list. I actually memorized it, but I just wanted to say it. But I just need to look at it before I said it. But okay, so when you list of ways to jump timelines, it's literally by raising your vibration. So if you want a higher version of yourself, you literally need to do things that keep you in a high vibration every day. I didn't know why my dad would always call this one person, right? And they would laugh so hard. Like, I'm talking about them belly laughs, them it's just coming from a deep, dark, not a dark part, but like a deep part of your soul, just brings out this amount of laughter. You know, when you laughing so much that you gotta take a breather, or you start crying, or some people pee on themselves, that energy is raising your frequency. Anything positive. Do everything positive. Watch funny things on TV, on your phone. Watch funny things, and that's raising your frequency. If you don't know that, clapping, when people applaud and clap, imagine a ceremony and they're clapping. You think they're just clapping for the physical realm. No, they're clapping, raising that frequency. We don't see how powerful we are and how simple it is to raise your frequency, okay? Meditating, yoga, what was another one of it? But laughter is really it, though. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know that, because certain people don't even laugh. Do you understand that? Like, they chuckle a little bit, like a little laugh. I'm talking about where you busting out laughing and everybody looking at you because you laughing so loud. You're elevating yourself as you laugh. Yes, so yoga, meditation, laughter. I heard something about urine therapy. You guys should look that up. I know it sounds really weird, but you should look it up. Urine therapy. Fasting. Fasting literally raises your frequency. So say you fast for one day. Do you know you just elevated yourself in the spirit realm? Any action that you put towards it, it don't have to be a huge, big amount, which if you want to go there, then it'll get you there faster, right? So, I'm looking, I feel like I'm missing something. I am missing, okay, I found it. Yes, because I meant to, record this a few days ago, and for some reason, I just wasn't able to get it out. Oh, living in the present moment. Okay, living in the present moment will absolutely ignite your energy, your vibrational frequency to another realm, because some people are walking around in their head so much, right? So movement, make sure that you're moving around, do breath work, look up certain breath techniques, look up these things, please, you guys. Sunlight, going out in the sun, building your relationship, building a connection with the sun. Say, hello, sun, thank you for giving me this energy. Thank you for enlightening me. Thank you for awakening me. Yes, God is in control of it all. He wants us to connect with all of his creation, okay? Another thing, juicing. Get a juicer and juice these fruits. So it's anything that keeps you in a high energy. You need to stay in a high energy as long as possible. I'm sorry, my voice is like this. It's like the devil trying to make me stop people from jumping timelines. Because he's like, if you jump that timeline, I can't mess with you no more because you're in too high of an energy. Okay, so why would you jump timelines, right? Because this reality responds to who you are being. The game of life renders as a direct reflection of the character you are playing. If you are not consciously choosing what character you are playing or who to be, then the default programming chooses for you. Timeline jumping is not an escape. It is an opportunity for you to embody what you already know. The default character programming of the average human inefficient. The default character programming of the average human inefficient. So basically, if you're not in your highest version of yourself, you are in the default version of the collective. We as a collective get stuck in this default, right? You have to hop out of that default. I'm hearing like a game when they have like something that says default or something, and you taking it off of that. I'm seeing somebody do that, like taking it off. But yes, jumping timelines is about transformation through connecting with self. When you raise your vibrations, you jump timelines. You step into a higher creational matrix whereby you operate at a deeper level of creation, creating more levels of the mind and experiencing multidimensional realities. Jumping timelines will feel like you're grieving, because you are in a process of letting go of a previous timeline. You have to jump off the old timeline to land on the new one. The key to timeline jumping is your frequency. You need to raise your vibration to open the door to a new timeline. Build up your vibration by doing these things I listed to you. Fasting, sunlight, breath work, juicing, clapping, meditation, headstands, because when you put yourself in a headstand, it's like making everything go 360, like go full circle, or like literally just everybody. You don't just see people walking on a headstand. You never. It's only a certain amount of people, right? Those people you see do headstands are jumping timelines. You're gonna be like, how you have to do these things, okay? When you see those people who are famous, and well, they're social media famous, like these dancers, you see them dancing, them viral dances, they're jumping timelines in front of your face, and you see the big crowd that are just watching. They're watching you jump timelines. They're watching you step outside your comfort zone. If you go to New York and you see people dancing, or just anywhere, and those people, you'll see the groups of people who are jumping timelines or elevating their life. They're more confident, and they don't care how the world sees them. They don't care how the public views them. You're in their world, right? Imagine in New York, you see those New York videos of people dancing in the crowd around them, right? You're living in their reality. Right? Now it's time for you to branch out and have them see your new reality, right? Because there's some people who are just recording that'll never ever do that type of stuff. They just like watching people. So that's not saying like they just don't, they're not aware of the true power within, right? And they'll just say, I'm too old to do that. Now you're just bound to what you can't do, right? Instead of being attached to what you can do. But yeah, and then don't be surprised. I was gonna say this. Don't be surprised if you see other people leave your life, if people dwindle away because you are in a new reality and they weren't able to jump with you, right? It's okay. We are on a soul's journey. We are all on different levels, different paths. We all have different destinies. So don't judge somebody else, or don't force nobody else to jump timelines, or make them aware of jumping timelines when you know clearly they're just not open to it, right? But if you're open to jumping timelines, and this message is for you, okay? I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.